You are now smelling the StenchCast.
What's that smell?
Hello, everyone. I'm Pench,
I'm Smench.
and you're listening to the Stench Podcast with Jerry Williams 01 and Savo.
StenchCast.
Yeah.
Episode 1.
Yeah. Do you smell that?
Yeah. Wait a
It
minute.
fucking reeks in here, man.
Oh. Is it? Damn. It's bad. Oh.
So at my school, me and Joe here, we do the school news, and I always wear like this bandana. It's a neck gaiter. That's all it is. But I have multiple of them. I'm wearing one right now, and obviously I throw them in with like every load of laundry. But one of these days, I just want to walk up to random people anytime someone stops me in the hall, like, "Oh my God, it's Senor Baba Colombo." That's the name I go by on the news. And just like a fucking chloroform rag, just shove the fucking take off the bandana and shove it in their fucking face. Instead of passing out, they just start fucking vomiting their guts
Yeah.
out.
I'll teach you to recognize me in the hallway.
That'll learn you, you son of a bitch.
Joe, stinky face out of here. I died.
Nice. What do you got, Joe?
Wait, a little bit of a debacle yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
I came home, I was getting ready to... It was a long day. I just wanted to sit down, prep some more stuff for the StenchCast here.
Yeah.
Get things going, get things rolling, and a weird message on my computer. It said something like reboot, insert something, reboot, whatever. Basically, it just couldn't read. It couldn't find Windows anywhere in my computer to load it up. So both of us here sat in a Snapchat call for about an hour. No, actually 2 hours.
Yeah, it was
trying to
2 hours in total.
Trying
Those
to
2 calls.
trying to figure out what the heck was going on and how to fix it. Basically, we eventually decided it was something with the BIOS of my computer.
Since he couldn't fucking access it, it wouldn't let him get into it whatsoever.
Yeah, and so basically we went through all these sorts of hoops and whatnot to try and fix this. And here the solution was: I opened up my computer case. I took the little circular battery out of my my motherboard.
Jamie, pull up a PNG.
Yeah.
Of a fucking watch battery.
But yeah, I just took it out, waited a couple seconds, put it back in, reset the settings of my BIOS, and bada boom, bada bam, it worked like a charm.
Yeah, we think the issue was he put his PC in fast boot, and then Windows had an update overnight, and it fucked something up. Because literally, me and him were both scouring the internet trying to find any fucking answer.
Yeah.
And all of them pointed towards fast boot, but none of them had a solution. Other than one, which was to clear the CMOS. And I guess for Joe, that's taking out a little fucking disc in his motherboard.
Yeah. The alternative was disassembling my entire computer to get to the back of my motherboard to press a button. And I'll let you decide which one I thought was easier.
Yeah, so he disassembled his computer.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I know. I died again.
You literally fucking suck.
Yeah, actually I do.
Yeah, I was trying to use my own experience with boot issues before, because I had this little, not little, it was fucking massive. A red HP laptop. I think it was a Pavilion. It was a piece of shit. The biggest piece of shit that a piece of technology could be. It ran Gmod at maybe 15 frames if you added a ragdoll. The moment you started playing with a ragdoll with like the fizz gun, it would just chug. And you could only have like one entity spawned at once before it just started to like fucking kill itself.
Yeah.
But I remember because I didn't. This wasn't a new laptop. It was given to me. I wanted to factory reset it because it had been used, so I wanted to get rid of everything on it. This is my mom's and her fiance's, and in the process of factory resetting it, I thought it got stuck, and so. Me, not knowing anything about computers at the time, I interrupted the process by powering off the computer. And it corrupted the fucking operating system.
That would do it.
So, had to wait for a little over a week and a half for my brother's wife to come over with her laptop. So that way, she could download a copy of the Windows creation tool and put it on my computer. And so we tried doing that. Luckily, Joe has a laptop laying around somewhere and a USB drive. And no, it didn't work because it still wouldn't open the boot menu. No buttons were working, nothing. So that's what took so long. Is both scouring the internet and
trying solutions to no avail.
Yeah.
God,
I felt bad.
Damn it.
I felt bad too. Because I was offering so many solutions that just weren't fucking working. And I know, like, if it were my PC, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I've only dumped, like, about $2,000 in this damn thing.
Yeah, Joe has a Gigabyte motherboard, a 3060 graphics card, like fucking 4 terabytes of space.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I bought mine as a pre-built for $600.
Yeah.
And he gave me his old graphics card, a 1660 GTX, which I fucking love. So I had to pay like maybe 1/4 of the price for my PC.
Yeah. And it works better than mine.
Yeah, I don't know if it's him using...
Such is the world we live in.
Yeah, I don't know if it's him using desktop VR for video games, or like if it's him using Airlink, whatever it is, but when he plays VR games, his PC runs like a fucking slideshow.
It really does. I haven't tested the cable yet, so maybe it'll provide better results.
Yeah.
Oh.
But whether it's Bone Lab, Blade and Sorcery, or Farm D, it's just...
Yeah. Oh boy.
In other news, we have a project in our digital video class, which is the one we do the news in. And well, it's like we're supposed to do a what's the word?
Stop motion.
Stop motion, yeah. And our teacher, Mrs. Lebowski, Mrs. Lebowski, is
great
letting,
teacher, by the way.
Yeah, is letting me, Joe, and our buddy Bobby to do a fucking sword fight. Only thing is me and Bobby are gonna be using actual swords. Joe has like a broadsword.
It's a short sword.
It is not. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, it's a short sword.
That is bullshit.
Nope. Long swords are like 6 foot long.
Fair enough, I guess. But that being a short sword makes me angry.
It's like 3 or 4 feet.
Ow.
It's just because it's like, it's a real sword. It's like, wow, this is, oh man.
Yeah, and Bobby has a rapier that he's gonna bring.
Yeah.
And so that'll be fun. Luckily, neither swords have been sharpened ever. And they
Yeah.
were both swords that were under $100, so that brings a little bit of comfort, but it's still, like, man, if I stab this near you too hard, like, I might actually impale you.
Yeah. Worthy sacrifice.
One thing I keep thinking of is, I can't remember what it's called, Dick something. It's about a rock star.
Dick cheese.
I think played by Jack Black. And him and his sibling, at a younger age, played with machetes in their barn. And at one point, one of them, they fucking cut each other in half. One of them gets cut in half. And that's my first thought when thinking of this whole deal.
Yeah, I mean, it could
wrong
happen.
move, and I cut Bobby in half. Because he's a smaller guy, in terms of, like, width. Compared to me,
He is
at least.
legit skin and bones.
I am girthy as hell.
That man is paper thin.
Yeah. Which is why I'm going to be using the big boy sword, and he's going to be using the rapier.
Yeah.
So either we're going to impale ourselves, or we're going to cut each other in half.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, most likely impaled because those things can still, like, pierce. Like, the tips
yeah.
are actually, they're definitely very sharp.
Right.
And we're going to be playing with them like toys.
Literally. Yeah. Shit. Owie.
What a fun time that'll be.
It'll be very fun. You get to film and watch as me and Bobby literally fucking kill each other.
Yeah. We'll film loosely. I'm gonna be taking pictures, but
Yeah, we gotta take, what, 400 pictures?
yeah, roundabout.
Oh. I'm getting my ass handed to me.
That sucks.
I'm fighting the Godskin Apostle in Caelid, and it's just
I've died
not working out.
I've died like 5 times already playing Magisate.
Oh yeah, I thought you were playing Gunfire Reborn again.
Nah. No, I'm actually good at that game.
Speaking of, again, what we were doing yesterday when we were doing the pilot. Not yesterday, but the way we came up with it was we were making fun of another podcast.
We won't say the name.
Yeah. But, and we both just kept, like, thinking, yeah, we could do a podcast. We
could
got
do
the
that.
voices for it. We're funny to people that have the most degenerative sense of humor whatsoever, and the
Maybe
most
a
severe
couple
case of brain
brain
rot.
cells loose, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, people like us.
Exactly. Really appealing to a major audience. But, yeah, and then we decided StenchCast. Well, we didn't make the name yet. Yeah, literally the whole pilot. I was yesterday actually. The whole
It was
pilot,
not.
It wasn't?
No, because my PC was broken yesterday.
Oh yeah, that's right. Jesus Christ. But literally the whole pilot was just coming up with a name for the podcast.
And we did.
We did, yeah. Because we were both iffy on StenchCast, and then
We just came around.
I meant to say it sticks, or like it has a ring to it, and then I accidentally said it reeks instead. And Joe was just, that's the fucking one. We got it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with perfection.
No. I keep realizing that I have no tears in my Flask of Wonders Physic, and I keep using it to no avail.
That same day, same night, we got our Patreon, which you should definitely go subscribe to. Patreon
Which
slash.
you should definitely allow us to rob you with.
Yeah, patreon.com/StenchCast. I
Ow.
literally forgot. We have Spotify, which you might be listening on. YouTube, which you might be watching on. You could be watching on Patreon early as well, because it's definitely coming out before anywhere else on Patreon. They're cool exclusives.
Yeah. So you get cool little benefits for letting us rob you at gunpoint.
Yeah, definitely join the Discord. That'll be cool. Fun time.
Yeah, you can hang out and be degenerates.
Yeah, bully
as long
people.
As you're not, like, being,
maybe
racist or something.
Maybe don't bully people and don't be racist or sexist or anything remotely similar. But yeah. As far as basic humanity goes, that's about it for rules. Unless we have problems, which is usually how rules are created.
Come to your house and kill you.
Yeah, which, just don't read the fine print, because that's where that's labeled under. Just so you can't sue us. I mean, you won't be able to sue us because you're dead, but you know.
Oh. King Ball's dead. I'm being pussy and using Spear Dash.
Oh well.
I got my ass kicked the first time. Hey, if it's in the game, there are people who use Comet Azure through the whole game, and that's what I tell myself to make myself feel like I'm not bad at Souls games. Now, this is where I die. Yep.
Well, at least both of us have died.
Multiple times.
Yeah, multiple. So that's gonna be a recurring thing throughout this.
In other stinky news for StenchCast, we have a friend. We'll call him
Niall.
Niall.
Because that's like a little nickname that he has.
Alright. So we have this friend, Niall, and I'll let Joe tell some of the story because I don't have the full picture. But yeah, he came in the newsroom the other day, and I noticed an odd smell coming from him. It was ketchup, and he then told everyone in the room that he had managed to get ketchup in his hair. And that's as much as I know. That is all of the context I have for that ordeal.
Yep.
So what happened with that, Joe?
So basically, this all went down at our lunch table. Probably one of the most degenerate places on Earth. But basically, how did it start? There was like a little debacle between Niall and another one of our friends. And basically, they were just, silly banter, normal fight. I went up, I had to go, I think I went to the bathroom to wash my hands or something. And I come back, I sit down, and our friend has a little cup of ketchup in his hands. And I was like, oh no. I thought he was going after me, because I was also in the little banter. But Niall was being a bit worse to him. So I thought I was in trouble, but it turns out I was not. But
You're gonna die tonight.
you're gonna die tonight. But they sat across from each other. I was sitting next to the guy with the ketchup, and he's like, I'm gonna dump this in Niall's hair. It's going to go on top of his head. And I was like, okay. So he sits down, Niall sits down, and I died. And
He sits down and pulls out a gun and shoots me.
yeah, but he sits down, he wasn't actually gonna dump the ketchup in his hair, he was just gonna, pretend to. But Niall, fight or flight kicked in, and he grabbed the ketchup in his hand, and it got dumped on his head, and on the shirts of the two people sitting next to him. Not adjacent, but the person next to him and the person next to that guy.
Yeah.
So it shot pretty far. It was a big load.
Oh, don't fucking say that.
Big load of
Don't
ketchup.
describe it like that.
Yeah. And
You can't say that after saying it got all over his hair and two other people. Oh.
why not?
Where are we going?
Where we go? But so he went to the bathroom and washed his hair, and throughout the entire day he was angry. All he would say is like, "I smell like ketchup. I smell like I reek of ketchup. I can't take it. It smells like
It's not
ketchup."
even. He wasn't even like mad that he smelled like ketchup. He was just mad that he like literally the only thing he could smell for the rest of the day was fucking ketchup.
Yeah, not that he smelled like ketchup, but that he smelled ketchup. And then today he smelled like celery. Or no, that was yesterday.
Yeah, that was yesterday. We were in because me and him are co-anchors at the moment. Me and him were both in the newsroom, in the green room, and our buddy Dill Pickle. He's behind the camera. He's also the main editor for the week. He motions for me to move to his left. So me being the prankster, I move closer to Niall. Complete opposite direction. And I get the strongest fucking whiff of celery that I've ever had in my life. And I still have no explanation as to why. I want to believe that Niall just went home that day, that he had ketchup in his hair, and bathed in like a bath full of celery.
It's like when you get sprayed by a skunk, you gotta be in tomato soup, but you got celery, or you got ketchup, so you gotta bathe in celery. Oh, I'm in my inventory.
You bathe in tomatoes to get rid of the skunk stench, and then you bathe in celery to get rid of the tomato stench.
Oh, now what are we gonna bathe in to get rid of the celery stench?
Piss.
Yeah, basically. Axe body spray.
At one point during that story, you heard me say, "You're gonna die tonight." There's this girl that sits at a table not too far away from Joe's table, and what were you eating?
I basically got a pack of goldfish, and I dumped the entire pack into my mouth and was eating it, and
just crunched.
I don't know.
She looks over, and like she's watching this unfold, and she's like the most NPC character of all time. I look at her in the hallway, and I will say the most obscene shit to watch her sputter like a fucking robot that you asked to divide zero. But she looks over at Joe and just says, "You're gonna die tonight!"
The funniest thing, like, I'm eating goldfish. I'm like, are they poisoned? Did you like poison this? Am I actually gonna die tonight? Like, what's going on? Spoilers, I didn't actually die that night, unfortunately.
Why'd you spoil it?
Well, it's just what happens, man.
Speaking of lunch tables, there's a man that sits at my lunch table. Me and Joe have different periods for lunch. We'll call him Mad Max. Joe, do you know who I'm referring to when I say Mad Max?
Yes.
So, today, like, I love Mad Max. He's hilarious, and he's one of those friends that you can just bullshit about other people with. Won't say a word. It never gets like personal or anything either, so it's just a nice, banter. But he will argue with you about the most random shit. Like, just we were talking about Joe and a few of our other buddies were in the senior class play. They played a relatively small role compared to the main characters, and still outshined them. Because...
Which was the best.
Yeah, literally. But, I came to watch, because, one of them asked me. Yeah, I wanted to see them fail.
Yeah.
But I came to watch, and, at the end, I was congratulating everybody, saying good job. And I figured I didn't want to linger. I didn't want to be annoying to anybody. So once I congratulated everybody, and I felt an awkward silence building up. I walked outside and waited for my ride to pick me up. And then, yeah, our buddy Carson, who looks like Jeffrey Dahmer, our buddy Carson texted me the next day. He's like, "Hey, where'd you go, man? We were going to Eaton Park. I was going to invite you." And he mentioned, like, Mad Max mentioned that the story, some story of when they went to Eaton Park and like that night, and mentioned how he ball tapped our buddy Grossman.
Oh, I remember that.
But he was wondering like why I didn't come, and I was like, oh, I wasn't invited. I left before anybody even mentioned it. And he was like, yeah, you were. You were invited. And he starts getting heated about it. I'm like, dude, I wasn't fucking invited. And then he just says, okay, and then walks off.
Like, listen, I've had enough.
And I've never understood why, but he will argue with you about the most random shit and vehemently defend his position. And then if you stick to your own guns and don't like give in, he'll get mad at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my little Mad Max story. Another friend we have, we'll call him Snape. He's all right to be around. He's funny sometimes. Sometimes ruins jokes.
A lot.
He's listening right now too. I know he is.
He just doesn't know it.
Yeah.
He will.
Yeah, we're gonna talk a lot of shit on you, Snape. Love you,
Yeah,
buddy.
specifically you, because
only
we
you.
really hate you.
Yeah, we really hate you.
It's like such hatred.
But yeah, like he's fun to be around. You know, he's a good dude. But playing video games with him is the most miserable fucking experience on the planet. It is so fucking awful. Like if you're playing Rainbow Six Siege with him, whether it's you're playing with him or against him, he will very much try to outshine you if you're playing with him. And if he can't, he rage quits.
Yeah.
He'll go to a different game. And if you're playing against him, if you beat him too many times, he'll rage quit. Joe can attest to that because
Yeah.
me and him would play Rainbow Six Siege custom games. We have a few videos of that. Well, Joe does.
Yeah.
But there was one time me, Joe, and Snape were all playing, and me and Joe do the goofiest shit imaginable.
Of course. It's just for all goofs and gaffs and giggles.
It's so fucking funny. I think Snape was on your team for this game.
Probably.
Because he wouldn't do custom games unless he had somebody on his team. After like the first time we goofed him to death. But we got so fucking unbelievably goofy that he rage quit. It was fucking hilarious, and then he never played Rainbow Six Customs with us again.
Yep.
But Joe, you can talk a little bit about our Black Ops 3 experience. Our Black Ops Zombies.
Yeah, so we were casually just playing some Black Ops Zombies, the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 map. It just come out like not too long ago when we were playing.
Like it had like Dead by Daylight hooks everywhere for some reason, and like fucking Doom weapons in the mystery box. I think it was just a mashup of like everything you could imagine.
It was a great map though.
It was very fun.
Yeah, but we would go on, and the first room only has like one window, so I mean it's a given everyone would try to crowd that and just take the window for themselves, but not Snape. He would do that for just about every window.
Every map.
Every window.
Like it didn't matter. So we were playing on it was Applebee's, right?
Yep. That's
Yeah, we were
another
playing on-
map.
Yeah, we were playing on an Applebee's map.
Good map.
And there are at least 12 windows in that whole map. And it's a very small map. It's no bigger than the starting room on like
About as big as an Applebee's.
yeah, it's no bigger than like the starting room on Keynote or Toten. If we got any OG Black Ops Zombies fans out there.
Yeah.
But Snape would just stand behind you. And like it didn't matter how many zombies were at other windows. He would just stand behind you and shoot at the zombies from behind you and like hog all the fucking points. And I brought it up and I was like, dude, can you fucking stop? And he got mad at me for bringing it up. But this is all set up to say that, yeah, no, playing video games with Snape is fucking miserable.
Yeah.
So I proposed me, Dill Pickle, our buddy Con Man, wait, hold on, what's Jimmy Conway?
Conrad.
Conrad, yes. I suggested we all play Phasmophobia. Joe can attest to me wanting to play that fucking constantly and nobody ever wanting to.
No, I mean,
Sometimes,
a little bit.
Sometimes. But,
It's a good game.
It is a good game. But, you know, I thought with a game like Phasmophobia, where it is just pure cooperation, there's no scoreboard, there's no, like, MVP status to try and go for. It's just pure cooperation, that Snape wouldn't be able to be annoying. That he would be, you know, he'd be working together with us, and it'd be fun. No, I was horrifically wrong. He was just being as annoying as possible. At one point, you know, there's a computer screen where if you set up cameras, you can watch to see if any ghost orbs are flying as a piece of evidence, or if you set up camera in front of dots, you can watch it from the van safely without putting yourself in danger or running
Or if you
your
had head
sanity.
cameras for
Right.
other players, you can watch their perspective.
What Gabe would do is flicker his flashlight constantly to make noise, while also pointing it at the screen so you couldn't fucking see anything on it. And then he would also just randomly flicker his radio for like a solid minute. And it took me genuinely, like, getting pissed off at him. I wish I still had the recording. I remember deleting it because I wanted to put it away, put it out of my mind.
Get it away from me.
But when you turn the radio on, it makes a noise. And since it's since it's like
Push
press
to
and
talk.
hold, yeah, it just when you spam it, and it's really fucking annoying when you're actually trying to do stuff. And it took me genuinely getting pissed off at him for him to stop. And that was the final game that we played that night. Snape brought that up at the lunch table today. And you know, he still thinks that it was funny. Like he still thinks that he was being funny annoying. No, he genuinely pissed me off that night. To the point that I turned off my fucking computer when we were done. I turned off my computer and I went the fuck to bed.
That's enough.
Any stories you got, Joe? I feel like I've been hogging the spot.
No, you're fine. I'm honestly pretty boring.
We could go over like some of our videos.
I guess. Might be a good topic. We could do like Left 4 Dead.
Okay. Well, tell your story. Your side of the Left 4 Dead fiasco.
Fuck, I died.
Give me the Molotov!
Give me the Molotov! But basically, my video was, well, it all originated the one day I had some friends come over, and they decided they were going to download just an absurd amount of mods for my Left 4 Dead.
The lore of the Left 4 Dead mods.
Yeah. And Some of them are still active. Some of them I added more for that video, but I've added mods. There was probably the the worst mod was for the like loading icon. Instead of like, I think it's like a 4 and then there's like a circle around it, like going around. Yeah, that was replaced with anime breasts, fully uncensored, just flopping around. Luckily,
screen had jiggle physics.
yeah, luckily there was only one instance of that. It was on a loading screen, but it did get censored out. But that entire video was just it was really fun to make. I had like all those mods were just so funny. The only
Especially
issue,
since we had like a differing perspective.
yeah, because you had other mods on it. I mean, not
Yeah.
many, but they're still different.
We didn't have the same mods.
Yeah, no.
Downloaded.
But the only issue I had with that video was there was like a 5 to 10 second like little crappy montage I put together, and the music I used when I first uploaded the video, the overall like background music throughout the entire video was way too loud. So I had to go back and lower it to repost. And when I reposted it, like this has already been uploaded for like 2 or 3 days, but I re-uploaded it, and all of a sudden, the music for that montage was copyright struck, even though I got it off a royalty-free site. And I had just re-uploaded this on Christmas Day, so I was like, great, now I have to like, I have to do something about this. So I ended up just cutting it out, and since then, the video has done way worse than when it first uploaded, and I'm kind of sad, but, you know, it's whatever. It's whatever, man. I don't even care.
On my end, it's one of my like proudest YouTube videos because
It was
like,
really good.
I feel bad because Joe was he probably was not having a very fun time when we were playing.
No, I
Infected.
actually was doing fine. Yours was versus without mods. These were two different times.
We were playing versus for mine, and it was so fun. I kept just absolutely massacring Joe and his funny little AI teammates.
I suck at the game.
Yeah. And like the whole time I am laughing my ass off. But I'm like subconsciously feeling really fucking sorry for him because like what does he get to do?
Yeah.
It was like basically his first time playing the game in full. So he didn't know where to go, and he would keep just falling for the traps I set. And I would like purposefully fuck with him. So like every time a teammate was about to heal him, I would like grab them with like the smoker or whatever. Like, oh thanks. Oh, alright.
Alright, man.
And then the AI would use their health pack on themselves.
Oh, that was
instead.
I like at that point I was almost losing it. It was Nick. I was like, I am almost dead. I need healing. He was healing me. You stopped that, and then I think I even went down. And while I was down, I watched that motherfucker heal himself when he was like half health, and I was like,
yeah.
I was like, all right, you know, I think I'll just like stop playing the game right now. It's fine. Oh, that was pain in the ass right there.
Yeah, I had an AI mod installed that I had to have in order to be able to play versus in single player, which is really fun. Because finding versus matches now, it's usually modded lobbies, and those aren't very fun. Like, modded in the way that they changed the way the game works, and it's just stupid. But, yeah, it's supposed to, like, actually make the AI smarter. So you think that, you know, they wouldn't just stare at your fucking your body while you're bleeding out. No. They would literally just stand in front of you while you're getting, like, pummeled by a charger or something and just watch the whole time. And so that obviously affected Joe quite a bit.
Very much about. Whatever I said there.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm fucked.
He's fucked.
I'm getting fucked in the butt by this foreskin apostle. Ow.
I remember Magicite was like one of the first videos I recorded on like my my PC when I just built it.
Yeah.
The first
the potato PC.
Yeah, the first episode was there was the watermark in the bottom right to activate Windows. Because I didn't buy Windows. I ripped the hard drive out of my old like potato computer, like $100 at Walmart computer meant for like office work, and I just ripped that hard drive out and just slapped it right into my new computer, and I mean it loaded Windows and I was like, okay, cool. And I had to like download some program to get rid of it, but it was like, it's so opaque that not opaque. Is that the word, opaque?
What are you describing?
It's like low opacity.
Like to the point that you can see through it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, opaque.
Okay.
Well, opaque means like it's hard to see through.
Yeah, that's what I...
Okay.
Whatever, you know what I mean.
Oh, killed Ingval immediately.
But it was like... I didn't see it, like, when I started recording, so I completely forgot about it until I went into editing, and I was like, that was there the entire time. I'm gonna look like an idiot who's like poor and can't afford Windows, but I mean, like, honestly, who wants to buy Windows for $100? That's like, come on.
Yeah, I don't think anybody in the history of ever has ever paid for Windows. It is such a fucking bad
Scam.
investment. It's such a fucking scam. Yeah. Yeah, I just paid like $3,000 for my computer. Let me pay another like fucking $400 for my Windows 11 Pro activation.
Yeah. So dumb, but who cares? Whatever, man.
Literally.
As long as I can get it for free, I don't care. Cause like, and even like if you go to like that PC I had, it was like $100 on Walmart, pre-installed Windows. But if you want to buy Windows, it's like 2 times that.
Yeah.
All right, calm down, buddy.
My PC came with an unactivated version of Windows 10 Pro, and it boasted that it came with Windows 10 Pro. It wasn't activated. It costed like $200 to activate it, so I just pirated it.
Yeah.
Because
Microsoft
Microsoft is fucking insane if they think even like middle class person is paying that fucking price.
Yeah.
Oh shit, not good. Ugh. I'm dead.
Well, I've also died a lot, so if that makes you feel any better, I don't know if it will. I mean, playing a game that's way less hard, but I still suck at it, so it feels like it's harder.
For this save, I'm a bit of a degenerate. I had my buddy transfer some of my stuff from, like, mostly armors. I didn't transfer any weapons. I transferred one Banished Knight Greatsword, but it was completely not upgraded or anything. You can't even transfer upgraded things, and some talismans. But mostly armors, because I didn't want to lose those. But, I have like 200 hours on the game. I originally played it on my Xbox, and I had enough hours clocked on that as it was. That was another like 200 hours, but
Yeah.
I wanted to get the game on PC, and when I did, I played it for about a week straight. More than a week. It was definitely more than a week. It was like probably a month and a half.
Yeah. It was, you were on that like every single day.
Exactly. Snape mentioned that, like, literally any time he got on the Discord that we have for just a few of our friends.
Silly, goofy banter and such.
Yeah. That he would always see me playing Elden Ring, or he would see it come up on the little like, Steam overlay. But I played on one save for so long, you know, doing New Game Plus repeatedly, that, you know, I got to, I think, New Game Plus 5, I want to say? And if you don't know, with Souls games, the ones that offer New Game Plus, the game scales higher in difficulty every time you hit New Game Plus. So, the game was just, like, impossibly fucking difficult. Where input reading was insufferable, and my health was just... I had almost fully upgraded health, and it was just getting melted by every boss within, like, 2 hits. And I was doing maybe, like, 300 damage to some bosses with fully upgraded dual Banished Knight greatswords with split damage. It was just unfucking playable. So I started a new save, and then immediately felt fucking, like, awful because I don't know if, like, the dodge timing changes depending on your level, but it just, like, wouldn't work. Like, dodging just felt so different. Ow. Can I win this? No, I'm definitely dead.
Maybe just get better at the game.
I'm trying, man. I'm really fucking trying.
Yeah.
Fuck. God.
I should have bought a sword. What am I doing?
Sword, my diamond sword.
Bro.
That's gonna get copyright claimed if I keep singing that.
Yeah, like, we don't have the money to, like, pay for that. Like, we're fucking...
when we were discussing, like, how to do, like, ad reads, if this podcast goes on long enough that we get sponsors, we suggested, one of us, I think it was you, Joe, suggested that we do, like, fake ad reads. Either for, like, companies that just don't fucking exist in the world, or do real ad reads, but the company has, like, one letter replaced in their name, so it's wrong.
Yeah.
So that'd be funny. What I suggested today in our digital video class was, like, one of us we'll have a friend to do this, because I think it requires 3 people. One of us will be, like, fucking tied at the hands and have tape on their mouth, and then another one of us with, like, a ski mask wearing all black will rip the tape off of them, and they'll be, like, crying, saying they want to see their family. And then me and Joe, you'll have to cock yours, because I don't have mine with me right now. We both have these BB guns. They're little 1911s. We have the exact same one. And we pointed at him, read the ad read. And then, like, in the all the way to the right side of the screen, you see a glimpse of title cards being switched out. Oh, it'd be so good.
These are things that we can do if you want to see them.
Yeah, so,
we could probably demo them on our Patreon to see if people like them. We'd have to get people on our Patreon, though. Yeah. Patreon.com/StenchCast.
Give us some money.
Please. We're so pathetic.
We don't, like,
God damn.
we don't need it, but...
We're just like, please give us the money. No, the money's gonna, like, most of it is gonna go towards the StenchCast to better further the already perfect StenchCast, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe fund future projects in the future for maybe our channels or even the StenchCast. Maybe we'll branch out and do some other stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we'll do porn.
Yeah, we could.
We had the idea to either call our Patreon only Stench, like OnlyFans, or like it was either calling that only Stench or something else. I forget, but it was funny. Another video that has a worthy story behind it is my Elden Ring review. So Joe has a video that he uploaded a little over a year ago now, and
Yeah, last January.
it just recently, as of a few months ago, hit 1K
1,000
views,
views.
which, you know, is big for people like me and Joe that
Small
get,
YouTubers like us.
yeah, like I get like 30 views on each of my videos. Joe
That's
gets,
an understatement.
well, I get like 100 on some, but Joe gets a
It's
good
way
like,
less because
no,
people aren't
no,
cultured enough.
but um, my Elden Ring video within a week got 1K views, so I kept making fun of Joe for it,
Yeah.
because it was funny.
And that's like 2K.
Yeah, and then a week later, after that, it reached 2K views. So
I mean, when you put like actual effort into a video, of course it's gonna do well.
I put effort into all my videos, and like
Not
only
enough.
some of them get any attention.
Yeah.
But my Elden Ring review definitely, like, I put fucking work into that video.
Yeah.
Oh my, I was working on it for about a week and a half. It was, ooh. It wasn't like short little like stints of work. I would work on it for hours at a time because there was just so much to write for the script, to record the script. In all, I think there was around an hour and 45 minutes of footage and, well, mic recording mostly to
Yeah.
sift through. So it took quite some time. But
I mean,
yeah, it
it
got
was
a lot
worth
of
it.
attention. Yeah, no, it was definitely worth it. And it was also the first time I've used an outro screen, like end cards.
Yeah.
Like, well, not. It was the first time I had like a dedicated outro screen, which I don't plan on using the same one. I kind of want to vary it. But
Oh, we gotta make one for the StenchCast.
oh yeah, no, I already have that planned. Believe me, since I'm editing
Yeah.
the first episode.
Yeah. You want me to make one for the pilot?
Sure.
Okay.
But then I uploaded 2 more Elden Ring videos to kind of, you know, continue riding that train, which, you know, greedy of me, but I like views.
I mean,
They inflate my
that's
ego.
that's just how YouTube works. You find a trend, and if it works, you just keep doing it.
Yeah. Regardless of whether it's like an internet trend or a trend on your channel, whatever.
Yeah.
But those really didn't do much better than my videos.
Yeah.
I made one where it was me and Dill Pickle fighting Melania. And we beat her. It was just a little funny compilation with Mario music. But the other one was me just killing a bunch of Erdtree avatars. That was a really fun video to make. I used Megalo's Strike Back from Toby Fox's Emporium songs. If you don't know, Toby Fox made the soundtrack for Undertale. Actually, to this day, I don't know if he made it or if that's a fan recreation. But I'm choosing to believe that he made it. And then I think I uploaded again after my Elden Ring videos, but I'm not sure. I just looked after I died for like the 40th time. I don't have another video that I've uploaded since the Erdtree Avatar hunt. I have been like radio silent on my channel.
Yeah.
But me and Joe have a little series. Well, I use the series title. I don't think Joe has. But we've played multiple games with the number 2, I almost said letter, with the number 2 in the title. And, oh my fucking, I just died of the flame monk outside the arena. I am fucking awful at this game.
Lol.
This is like my 8th playthrough, by the way.
Yeah. Still suck.
Shut up. That's 30k runes gone. Oh well.
Well,
But
a new one.
you know, since they all have a similarity, I titled them all pretty similarly with We Are Awful at Blank Game 2, and then featuring Jerry Williams 01.
Yeah.
And Left 4 Dead 2 was one of them. Payday 2 was probably one of the most fun to edit, because we were just completely fucking awful. Most of the video is us doing the White House heist and just completely, utterly being fucking awful at it. Yeah, being fucked.
Yeah, no, I picked the wrong upgrade.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I'm gonna die again.
Idiot.
Literally.
Yeah, I mean, we've both been on a bit of a video drought recently.
Yeah, it's just there's not much to upload.
Yeah. We just don't have any, like... We're just bad at making content, so that's why we resorted to making a podcast.
Yeah. Which, at first, I was thinking, oh, great, another group of YouTubers that has a podcast, because every fucking YouTuber in existence has a podcast. But I grew to the idea.
Yeah.
There I go, I died again. But, I think that's gonna conclude episode 1 of StenchCast. I think we're gonna have it, like, keep the trend, or keep a trend of having these be maybe an hour long.
Yeah.
If you guys want them to be longer, to the 3 of our friends that are listening, and nobody
no
else.
one else. If it
make
pops
sure you
up,
let us know.
maybe we'll have some newer people watching these older ones.
Yeah.
But
We're gonna try to upload a new episode every week. Yeah.
We will.
Do you,
also, I think it'd be a good idea if, like, in the comments of, like, the YouTube video, or even in our Discord, if you are in the Discord, give us, like, ideas of any games you want to see played on the podcast, because
any guests you want to see
that we could feasibly get. We're planning on actually planning on getting Jacksepticeye on the podcast. I'm in contact with him. I think just a little bit more convincing we can get him on, but yeah, like anything, just any feedback really. It can be even criticism, just as long as it's constructive and not like I hate you, you suck, die, that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's just let us know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this week. We'll see you next week.
Subscribe to our Patreon.
Stay stinky.
Oh.